I just want to start off by saying how much of a total badass you are in this movie. Like, oh my God, like I feel like this is the action movie that like we need to start out the fall and everything.
That's so sweet of you to say.
So tell me about like, what was it that attracted you to this role?
Well, when my team got me the audition and I found out that Joe Carnahan was attached, I was like, ooh, like I am a fan of his work, most definitely. And so once I auditioned, I found out that Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo were attached when I got the call back. And I was like, oh, I think they have the wrong Alexis. But I'm about to get in here before they figure it out. I was so excited to be able to work with such giants in this industry and this genre. And I knew that I was going to learn a lot. And it was amazing to be able to work with people that they recognized the fact that I'm not an ingenue, and they didn't make me feel small. They treated me as a peer and a colleague, and they knew that I had something to bring to the role and to the project, and they allowed me to do that. And if I needed any information or had any questions, they were very generous with their wealth of knowledge. So it was amazing to work on this project, and I am so glad that it came to me.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, this is very much your movie. Like, you are, as I've seen in the trailers, like, you are the cop in Copshop. And so, like, you know, I don't know if this is true or not, but like, this seems like your first major, you know, Hollywood big blockbuster leading role type film for you.
Yes, this is the first lead, and
yeah.
I'm so glad that it's Valerie. Like, she is an amazing woman to step into her shoes. She has an insatiable thirst for justice, and she is adamant to keep bad people behind bars, and doing whatever she can, and she perseveres and is persistent in righting wrongs.
And how much training did you have to go through and practice for? I know you have some quick draw moments in the film that are pretty entertaining and stuff, and you seem to do that pretty well. So
right. So I did not have those talents in my back pocket. I had to train with a gunslinger, and I also had a lieutenant from Miami who helped me train for the procedure aspect of it. But I was doing a lot of the gun training and working with the cylinder changes. That was the hardest part, was getting that cylinder in there and in a timely fashion. I was like, yeah. Whew. So I had to do a few weeks of training, and then throughout filming, I was always like practicing and practicing the twirls and everything. Like, I'm surprised I didn't lose a finger.
Did your work on, because I know you were previously in the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt and everything, and you were a soldier in that film. Yeah. So did your training from that film kind of transition over into this one?
A tad bit, because I did do weapons training for that film, but those were automatic weapons. And while they were big and heavy as well, I could hold it with two hands and rest it on my shoulder. And we did a lot of running in Tomorrow War, but in Copshop, I have the single action manual weapon, and so that is something that I was like, okay, this is a completely different beast. And but like, I know a lot of people, some people when they first start working with guns, they can be like afraid of the bang and things like that. So that I was used to by the time I started working on Copshop.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me about this police station set? Because I know when I first saw it, it seemed like the most expansive and most like modern police station we've seen in film. Like, it looks very classy, and it's like, oh, this could be a place like I want to hang out at almost.
Right.
And the majority of the film takes place in this police station. So what was it like for you being on this, I'm assuming, massive set and going through all the rooms and everything, and just having that experience?
It's so funny that you mentioned the set, because Joe even said, like, he would look at the set sometimes and be like, oh, it's so big and beautiful, I'm gonna destroy it. And it literally was just that. Like, we demolished that thing.
Yeah.
But it was a way to really focus on story, staying in the one location, you know, being in the cell block, and we're really like fleshing out these characters, and and making sure that people understand the story that we're telling here about honesty and trustworthiness among men. And and I think the set just it it lends itself to what we're doing because it's spacious. It had to be a certain size because we have to stay 6 feet apart because we filmed this during COVID, and they wanted to make sure that everyone was safe. They took all the necessary precautions for that. And so it was pretty big. And I was just like, I remember when I first walked on, I was like, we're making a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, especially nowadays when so much movies are just about on green screen and stuff, and it's like, you know, you can tell, but with this, you can tell the physicality of the sets and everything.
Yeah, it was nice to have tangible things to work with.
Yeah. Tell me about your character, because, you know, we learn early on that she's a rookie cop, but quickly we see she has this confidence and this skill that seems like, okay, she doesn't seem like a rookie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so balancing those two.
Yeah, I love how me and Joe, we worked together on making Valerie the woman that she is, and how she is a rookie and she doesn't know everything. We don't want her to be a know-it-all, but she does bring knowledge from her previous life and into this role as a police officer. And the great thing is that her colleagues treat her as such, like they respect her and she's an accepted member of the team. And they also realize that she's competent. She knows what she's doing. And if there's something she doesn't know, she's not afraid to learn it.
Yeah, and bringing that yourself into that character, what did you bring, do you feel?
I think the confidence definitely comes from me. I'm a very audacious person, and so I I like to bring that level of confidence into my character so that people can see you can be vulnerable and confident at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know, can you help me? And there's confidence in being able to say that.
Awesome. And one final question, what do you want audiences to take away from this film?
I do want them to just learn a few things about trustworthiness and honesty, and how being an honest person, it does take you pretty far. And I love that about Valerie, that she tries to be honest throughout the film and she seeks truth. And that's all she wants to know is what is the truth in this film. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, Alexis. It's been wonderful talking.
It was so lovely talking to you.